Do you feel like your clients' transformations and results, and even your own, are hitting a wall? Like you're doing all the right things, all the protocols, all the mindset shifts, all of the strategies, but the deep shifts that you're creating, that you're wanting to create, that they are deeply desiring to have, are just not happening. Let me show you how to rewire your nervous system for lasting results. So hey everyone, I'm Courtni Allison. I am a transformation coach and nervous system rewire mentor. And I help coaches, leaders, practitioners create real lasting transformation, success, change for their clients by going beyond just surface level strategies and approaches to things and really working with the root of transformation, your body and your nervous system. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly what nervous system rewiring is and why it is essential for that inner transformation, and share 3 really powerful techniques that you can start implementing today with not only your clients, but with yourself. So what is nervous system rewiring and why is it so important? So maybe you've been in the coaching industry, the personal development industry, the healing space, whatever your background is. You've most likely approached change, transformation from very much of a headspace, right? You change your thoughts, you change your beliefs, you change your stories, and then you try to take action on that with behavior change, with a new action. And while that can create change on a very momentary level, it often doesn't last. And if you have experienced this, it can be so frustrating for your own self, but maybe you've witnessed your clients do this as well. And I want to dive into why these types of strategies and ways of, quote, changing doesn't really last for the long term. And that is because the most important part in change, in transformation, is not being addressed. And this is our nervous system. And our nervous system is responsible for the thoughts we're trying to change. It's responsible for the beliefs. It's responsible for the way that we view ourselves. It's responsible for our stress responses and for our actions and the way that we behave. And so if we are not addressing our nervous system in all of the ways that you're coaching, then you are never actually going to create that long-lasting change that I know you desire to bring about for yourself and your clients. And the thing with our nervous system is it's here to help protect us. That is its main function. It is here to say, this is safe, this is not safe, run, hide, fight back, freeze, these type of responses. And when you've experienced maybe experiences of trauma or emotional wounds that you never really knew how to handle, or maybe there's a lot of chronic stress, patterns of you abandoning your body, of places that you didn't want to be in and that you had to stay in, right? All of these kind of life experiences that we didn't know how to navigate. The nervous system learns these protective patterns. Okay, and this is simply a way that the body has learned to keep you safe, to keep us out of danger, to keep us out of experiences that might cause more harm. And this is actually where a lot of our limiting thoughts come from. This is where a lot of our beliefs of maybe not being good enough or, fearing certain things, this is where all of these are stemming from. It's stemming from what the nervous system learned maybe years and years ago when you were a child, and now as an adult, it's holding you back from going for bigger things in your life, for healing, for achieving all of these things that you actually desire. And so these are the protective patterns that the body has learned to utilize in order to keep us, quote, on that safe level. But the problem with this is these protective patterns often keeps us stuck in cycles of self-sabotage, overwhelm, self-doubt, even like numbing emotionally what's really happening instead of being able to feel what's really going on inside of us and being able to address that. So nervous system rewiring is really about creating new patterns, creating new like neural pathways in the body and in the brain so that the body can actually support the transformation that we're desiring, so that it can actually support the life that we are desiring to create and build for ourselves, rather than kind of fighting against these bigger things in our life. And so this is really, for me, the biggest piece that is missing in a lot of the personal transformation, the healing space, just these big transformation spaces, is a lot of them are approaching change from the level of the mind. And what I have learned over years and years of learning this work, applying it in my own life, but using it with hundreds of clients, is a lot of times we're trying to think our way out of our emotions. We're trying to think our way out of these protective patterns in our body. And that will never actually create any sort of true change, right? Because these things are rooted in the body. And so the only way to truly transform these protective patterns is to transform them on the body level, on the nervous system level, and on the emotional level. And so maybe you've come into the personal development world, the coaching world, and you've tried all of the mindset things, right? You've tried visualization, you've tried meditation, journaling, affirmations, behavior change, right? Like all of the things. There's so many books out there. There's so many resources out there. Maybe you've, for me, I went heavy into Tony Robbins' work. I did his Unleash the Power Within 3-day experience. I know a lot of people get into Joe Dispenza, the meditations, right? There's all of these amazing personal development tools out there. And those things 100% have value. But a big piece that I found was missing in all of those was a true connection with the body and learning how to work with the nervous system. Okay, not just even regulating our nervous system, but actually learning to understand its responses, understanding its patterns, its protective patterns, and working with those in such a more profound way than just trying to, get ourselves out of feeling a certain way. Okay, and so when the body and the nervous system, those are, basically the same thing. When those aren't brought along on this journey of transformation, and in your coaching spaces, the transformation that you will experience or that your clients will experience are going to be very minimal. And it's what I call like surface level, right? Like you're going to just scratch the surface of change. But then guess what? It never sticks, right? You fall back into old patterns, your clients fall back into old patterns, and you're saying, why won't they just stick with the protocol? Why won't they stick with the plan? Why can't I just change my thoughts, right? This is why. Until your nervous system learns that there are other pathways, there are other patterns, other wiring that it can create and call upon. So until you start rewiring your nervous system, you will keep falling back, or your clients will keep falling back on old patterns, right? And it doesn't matter how much mindset work or, thought patterns you try to change, this won't get into here, okay? And true transformation requires that the mind and the body work together. Okay, and so that's really what nervous system rewiring work is all about. So you might hear a lot of things about nervous system regulation, but nervous system rewiring is taking the patterns that are causing the stress, right? The things that are causing the stress in the first place, and we're rewiring them in the body to say, this is safe. This is okay that this is happening. I don't have to think this way anymore. And you actually start to build almost a new identity around maybe challenge, around stress, around a lot of the things that used to maybe trigger you, or patterns that used to fall back into, right, of sabotage or self-doubt or whatever it is. And you actually create a new response in the body, the new wiring that the nervous system is now able to come online and be like, this is safe now, right? That used to feel very unsafe because we learned, right, that we had to protect ourselves. And then when we rewire, it says, okay, this is all good. I can handle this. I'm strong, I'm resilient, I'm powerful. I'm, all of the things that we're trying to affirmation our way through. Now, when we include the nervous system and start working with it, then it can now have a completely different story, and we don't have to try to talk ourselves into things anymore. It just becomes this natural response. It just becomes who we are. So if that really resonates for you, whether you're a coach, practitioner, a leader, maybe you're here for your own kind of inner transformation and working on, the body level, I want to share with you 3 really powerful techniques that you can start implementing today to begin rewiring your nervous system for true, sustainable, and lasting change and transformation. Okay, technique number 1, this is called body awareness, where we're grounding into the body. We're starting to create safety and presence back into what we're feeling in the body, our sensations, our emotions, any sort of thing happening on the body level. Because again, a lot of time we live from like the chin up, right? And we're so heavy up in the head, and we forget that there's this whole world of information happening, all of these sensations, all of these things happening inside of our body. But when our head is the thing that we are like basically living in, we lose sight of all of this incredible intelligence and information trying to talk to us, okay? This is really what working with the body and the nervous system is about listening to the language, listening to the intelligence of everything happening in the body and not trying to get out of it, but communicating with it, using it as really incredible, valuable data and information. Okay, so this technique is all about becoming aware again of the body. And this is a lot of places that many people, even coaches and practitioners that I've worked with, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how often I am not actually feeling anything in my body, and I'm just always living up inside of my head. This creates a sense of safety and groundedness and presence in your body. And when you feel safe, when the sensations, the emotions that you're feeling are something that you feel like you can handle and hold and feel, your nervous system is actually more open to transformation. It's more open to releasing these old patterns and creating new wiring. So a simple grounding practice can be a body scan. It can be bringing presence into your feet. This is something I utilize a lot with clients. It's just a simple body scan and grounding. So I like to start with just putting your feet on the ground, kind of noticing the heels, wiggling the toes, and then you just start working your way up from there. And you just have your client or yourself just start noticing what activity is happening in the body, right? So this can be a lot of like, is there a temperature? Is there a sensation? Is there tingling? Is there expansion or contraction? Do things feel really tight? Do they feel really just flowy and loose? Sometimes you can bring in like colors and just, it's like you're just learning the language of your body. And this is for often a lot of people, a new place that they've never really experienced with their body. They've never just felt what's going on, okay? Or if they have felt things, it's like, that doesn't feel good, I gotta get out of it, right? So the point of this one is to just bring awareness and observation to what's going on the body level. The second thing I love to use is breathing, breath awareness, okay? So again, a lot of times we try to bring in like all these fancy tools and techniques, but your breath is gonna show you where your nervous system is living. It's going to show you what kind of state that you're in. This again is just about awareness. It's about observing like what's going on in my breath right now. And it's not about changing it. It's not about trying to, manipulate it into something else. It's just about, again, observing. How am I breathing? If it's short, if it's shallow breathing, that usually will tell you that like you're in a little more of a stress state, right? Your body's like, oh, we gotta go, right? If it's up in the chest. If you're noticing, oh, the breaths feel really easy. It feels like it's down into maybe the belly. They're longer, easeful breaths. That tells you, okay, I'm in more of an open state. I'm in more of a, what's called a parasympathetic nervous system state, okay? I'm a little more relaxed. And so again, just noticing or having your clients notice, where's your breath living throughout various parts of your day, okay? And this is such a eye opener for a lot of my clients, is realizing, whoa, most of the day I'm holding my breath. Most of the day I'm, clenched and it's really short and shallow. And so that will show them that most of the day they're just living in a chronic stress state. And when we're in that that dysregulated state, a lot of times the body is going to basically close up and be like, nope, we're not safe. And so we cannot change. We cannot, do any sort of transformation work because that is not safe to do right now, right? We close up. The third technique that I love to bring in, something I called somatic journaling. Okay. Now journaling is done, right, with just your thoughts, but somatic journaling is something that you do after you have moved the body. Okay. And so when we go into journaling, a lot of times it's just like only with our head, but somatic journaling brings in the element of movement before. So this might look like you getting into your body, just putting on some music and just start shaking, just start moving, right? You're just flowing. And this is actually getting energy and emotions stirring in you. Okay, you could do some breath work that I have here on my channel. You could go do a breathwork practice, a 10-minute breathwork practice, something that's going to get you into your body. You could even just do that simple body scan that I said as technique number 1. And then after you've spent some time just being with the body, just moving through things, just processing whatever's there, then you grab your pen and paper. And that's when you then go into the journaling, okay? And then you take stock of like, what am I feeling right now in my body? What sensations are coming up? What does this mean for me? What do I, think about these emotions? What are why is this happening, sort of thing. So it's like you're using your body to get into your head versus just trying to think through everything, okay? And in this process of journaling, if there's a moment where you're like, oh, this is bringing up a lot more, awesome. That even shows you to like, now I want to get into my body even more. And then you can go back into the journaling. And this can be a really powerful way that you're integrating the mind and the body together. Okay, so I hope those 3 techniques are something you feel like you can start implementing today with your clients, with yourself. And if you're really resonating with this and you're realizing the piece of the body, the nervous system, the rewiring, all of this is that missing piece in all of the things that I'm doing with my clients, and you really want to learn how to master not just techniques, right? Somatic techniques, but really integrate all of this into your own coaching practice, I've put something really special together for you. A free training called the Transformation Code, the missing key to unlocking transformation. And in this training, we're just going to dive even deeper in how most coaching techniques and coaching, certification and businesses really fall short, and how to harness the power of somatic work and nervous system rewiring. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek in that training to my transformation mastery method to really achieve lasting change and transformation. So just click below for the link for that training, and I will see you there. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe, like this, share this video, and don't forget to grab that free training below, and I will see you next time. Bye.